Frosted Frame Rate. I am Klexum, and I am playing No Man's Sky with the update 1.5 patch on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and I've got major problems with the graphic update. Let's start off with these horrible clouds. So in the distance, if they are blurred, that's fine, but when they're right over your head, still blurred, that's a problem. If you fly up to those, the quality of the cloud does not change. It is still blurred. Okay, look right here in the distance. See all that pixelization that's happening around the edges of the clouds? It's even worse when it begins to get dark on a planet. Like I said, if they're in the distance and they look somewhat like that, it's not as big of a deal to me. Like right there. See, I expect for them to probably be kind of blurred out like that. But when they get right up with you, they're still blurred. So let's fly up to these clouds. Look at that. That's horrible. Look at that in the distance. Even blurred in the distance, that's horrible. I'm really hoping they do something about this. See right here where my the dot of the reticle is? It's really bad. So let's see if it there's also another problem. Like when I look down, you'll see the draw in happen. It happens everywhere I look. You saw it just pop in right there, and it doesn't pop in like right away. It takes a second. Okay, you should have been able to see that there. See how that draw in began to happen? It's worse sometimes. You see it up there on the mountain, right up in the top left. See that mountain still drawing in? Look at the square graphics that are coming off of that smoke coming out of these pods. So it's like you can see whatever the outline that graphic is actually inside is exposing itself. So there are a number of graphical problems that I'm noticing here. I have also seen this on the PC, and although I don't believe that the clouds still look great on the PC, they do not look as bad as they have been looking here on the PlayStation 4 Pro. Okay, let's fly up to these. Another thing that's happened is the wings on my ship are also gone. Let me switch over to a first person. Also, I wish there was an easier way to switch. So see, these clouds are not improving in their graphical nature as you get up close to them. At all. Now look at them. It just looks bad. Look at that. So once inside, that's not a big deal. I mean, I kind of expect to be in a cloud-like area. There are parts of them that are okay, but now looking back down. Let me switch to an external view again here. Look at that. So immediately in this area where I'm pointing, it's not as bad. But there in the distance, look how the clouds are looking. That is not, I hope not intentional, because that just looks like your graphics are struggling. Like I said, like right here, it's not as bad. I'm not downing them completely. Just for the most part, that's all. Let's get out of this. Hang on. Straighten myself back up here. So now we are under the clouds. Just doesn't make sense to me why they can't look a little more realistic. See this blur that they've got? I don't understand why they're still so blurry looking. Makes no sense to me why they would do this. These are just horrible. Look at that. How could anybody be proud of those clouds in the distance? How could anybody think that that looks good or that looks okay? That just looks horrible. I do like that the effects, I do appreciate the effects that are trying to happen to give these clouds like part of the lighting scheme. They do change their shapes and things like that. However, this looks worse than PlayStation 1 graphics on those clouds. Those are horrible. Okay, so maybe it'll get night here in just a second and I can continue to show you some of the other things. I guess while we're waiting on night to fall, there are a few other things that I have come to notice. And see right here, it's not like I just happened to find a glitch. This still happens right here in front of us. Let's see if we get closer, if it will stop. So if I'm right up on this, and I look up into this, then it looks the way it's supposed to. But look, when I back up, so please, Hello Games, I'm hoping against all hope here that you will have a PS4 Pro patch. And I don't know if this is happening on just the regular PlayStation 4 or not. But look at the edges of those clouds in the distance. Look at that. It's sickening to know that made it. Anyway, I'm all for the game being better, but at the same time, they did take away a lot of the things that we do have, or that I did have. Let's see if I can show you what I'm talking about. So all these mods and that I have installed for my ship are now gone. They show just outdated technology. So I lost all that. Multi-tool that was completely full of installed modded technology for everything I had, and now I had to just get rid of everything that was in there because it said outdated technology, and it only gave me a opportunity to deconstruct it for whatever else maybe I could turn it into later. But it's almost like starting all the way over. Need to update this real quick. Let's see. Uh-oh. No. I'll deal with that in just a second. Here we go. So nighttime. is falling. You have this storm coming in. Look at that sky. That's pathetic. Let me get back over here to my ship. Hang on. And that's not because of the effect on the visor. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's get inside and let's look around. So I'm inside the ship, and look at that sky. Look at all that horrible pixelization, all those terrible graphics. The clouds are even worse. Look at that. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. And it really takes me out of the mood of the game. I almost wish that there was a way that I could choose to not have this new graphical interface, but keep everything else that's been added. Look at that cloud. You know, it's not necessarily just the middle, like all this phase shift looking graphic right here in the middle. I could get by with that's the alien planet. But the rest of it is so obvious. Obviously a graphical issue that they are having with this. I mean, look at all that. Oh, those Atari pixels in the sky. I feel like Space Invaders is in the sky. That's just horrible. Yeah, I know. So let's see if I can do any type of let's see here. Alright, let's go fly around. Look at that sky. That's absolutely horrible. So when I look down at the surface, it's not as bad. You know, that's just not horrible. Other than when I land and all the graphics have to draw in every time I turn around. But when I look up, look at that. They released that and called that a graphical overhaul. It's inexcusable. Where's this base it's talking about? Let's see here. Oh, and my ship, I don't know if I mentioned it just a second ago. If I did, I apologize for saying it again. But the my ship, the wings are gone, and I'm not sure that it's reacting as properly as it's supposed to. There we go. Let's see here. Let's try that. Horrible clouds. Horrible planetary night sky. Look at that. That's dreadful looking. So I appreciate the clouds that the shadows that the clouds make on the ground. I think it's all got the right idea. It's just the execution of the graphics is just absolutely dreadful. Am I about to be attacked here? Oh, this is one of those I'll have to shoot the door and everything.
Radiation protection falling.
Nice.
Units received.
I mean, the character looks so good. I'm so pleased with what they did here. I believe that the graphics, for the most part, can look really good on the ship. Now, this design right here is a breakdown in graphics, because it normally looks like that, but watch me get a little too far away. Now we have horrible looking graphics on the side of the ship here. That has not been doing that. I think it's trying its best to reflect the colors. That's what it's trying to do, reflect the colors out here. However, that's a graphical breakdown in the fact that it's not doing a good job of it. See right there? Horrible. Please fix these problems. I wonder if I can attack those robots from my ship.
Units received.
All the graphics are having a problem now. I was not having all these squares popping up around all this smoke, the smoke graphics earlier. Huh. Okay, I guess I will try to attack.
Radiation protection falling.
What is that custom marker? Huh. I'll have to go check that out here in a little bit. Oh, that might not have been a good move on my part. Yeah, it wasn't. Where's my ship? Uh-oh. I screwed up. Yeah, I did. Whatever. Looked like big tamales there, didn't it? Okay, let's see. How am I gonna get back on Uranium is what I gotta get. Run for uranium. Where's that gonna be? There's some up here.
Radiation protection falling.
Ah, no, I'm aware. Alright, come on. Gotta get this stuff so I can get out of here. I'm stuck. Oh no. I am in trouble. Let's see if I can get back to the ship without dying. I doubt I can. Okay, let's see here. Hang on now. I could have sworn I did that. Let's try this.
Technology recharge.
Freighter, no. Exosuit. So I've got nitrogen. Starship. Needs uranium. Oh, I got the wrong thing. Okay. So I need to try again. Let's see here. No idea where I'm going to get that. Anyway, I just really wanted to show the graphical problems that they're having currently, at least with the PS4 Pro that I know of. But I'm going to have to go find some fuel for my ship. So anyway, this has been Frosted Frame Rate, and I'm Klexum. I would appreciate if you commented and let me know if you're playing this, if you're seeing the same thing, and any information would be cool to have on that. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and have a good one.